That's it, man. And then we head off with another championship.
Yo, wait.
What's that?
He's got something that is going on in his life way more important than the Super Bowl.
Making babies.
He's having babies. End of October.
Around Papa J.
My son is going to come into this world in late October.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Another Jason Brown Jr.
All right, so
I'm giving him daddy advice. How funny is that?
Go ahead, Drew. What is the one thing as a first-time parent? How many weeks are you in this?
6 weeks tomorrow.
6 weeks tomorrow.
He just showed me how to do a diaper. He took his napkin and wrapped it around his butt mark.
He didn't spill it, did he?
He didn't spill a drop.
All right.
By the way, he wore his Ravens booties yesterday to watch the game.
And they won. And they won.
1 for 1.
That's an important thing.
My advice about my advice would be catch up on your sleep now. You're wrong. You're gonna love it. I don't know what else to say other than you're gonna love it. I mean, football will still matter a lot, but it might not matter quite as much.
Well, you saw Flynn last year, what he went through, first-time parents, right?
He turned into a wreck. came in all, bags under his eyes, no sleep.
But you know what? It might honestly give you a different perspective about football. It will not reduce the importance of it at all.
I'm going to love it. And you know what? First thing comes this offseason, I'm going to be a stay-at-home dad. I'm going to be a stay-at-home dad.
For 4 or 5 months.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, girl, you know me yet or no?
Boy,
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Come on, I see some cigars in my future.
I do too.
That's what I see.
It's a running back situation. Obviously, Willis has come in, and by all accounts, even though Ryan should have run in more in Cincinnati.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, what you talking about? He has, and I thought yesterday he had another nice outing. You guys did a great job for him, and he is certainly much different than Jamal was. Yet, I think you guys have all figured out right away that he can do it on the ground. And yesterday he caught a pass, first time ever he had done that, catching a touchdown pass that is. But he looks totally different to us watching the game. Talk about the differences between those two from your standpoint, blocking for the guy.
He's good. Number one, speed. That's what we want, that's what we need, and that's what Willis has. He has speed. That's what Musa has as well.
Is it noticeably different than Jamal?
Noticeably? Yeah. Because when Willis sees a hole, he gets more up himself. Runs straight through it.
I noticed in the Cincinnati game a couple of times they had you pulling off, going to the right side, and he had a couple of nice games from that. And I don't remember, and I may be wrong on this totally, but I don't remember those kind of plays for Jamal specifically.
Yeah, we still had those kinds of plays, but they just weren't opening up, and they weren't getting the yards like we are right now.
Because I remember he broke a 7, 8, 9 yard run a couple times in the first half in Cincinnati. You pulled off to the right side, and I just thought, wow, that's something. And it's right away, first game of the year. That's not something we saw a lot from Jamal.
But you know what? It's only going to get better. All of these running plays, we're going to go back to work, perfect them, and it's only going to get better. And you're going to see them break for a lot more yards.
This year, the movement along the O-line, and obviously we all thought J.O. was going to be ready. Adam goes from right to left, and then Marshall comes in and plays the right side. Obviously, this organization knew from the time they drafted you and they drafted Chris that there was going to be a point where Ed, Mike, even John, Pashos, those guys wouldn't be here forever. You guys are part of the new guard. What is that like, that transition where Chris is there at one point, and the next thing you know, Ben's in, and we're shuttling guys along the offensive line? There aren't a lot of teams that do that, but I talked to Chris yesterday after the game. He said, hey man, it keeps everybody fresh, and it keeps everybody in the game, and I think maybe the worst part of being a backup on a team where you don't play is never playing, and you don't get better, the other guys get more fatigued that way. So it's a beautiful thing if you can have the continuity to have a little bit of a shuttling going on there.
And you see a lot of that in college, where you see a lot of guys on the bench not being near as good as the guys that are in the game. But you know what? Whenever that transition comes around here, we can still win the game, and we're not worried about it. There's always going to be adversity. There's always going to be somebody that goes down. I mean, you never hoped that it would happen. I mean, you never expect for it to happen, but
it's a rough game.
It's going to happen, sure. But you know what? Whenever that next person comes in, we still got to win. And that's the way it's going to happen. Whoever comes in our production as an offensive line is not going to let up one bit.
How has it been today?
Yeah, I just saw The Brady one with Jodie Foster. Pretty good movie. Pretty good movie.
He is the resident expert. If I go in and I want to know about a movie, I go up to him and say, Jay Brown, what have you seen? And he tells me.
Well, what's the best movie you've seen recently?
Recently? Okay. Best movie of the summer, of course, Transformers. You know, childhood movie, Transformers. You got Optimus Prime.
You just lost all your...
All over one. Optimus Prime, just getting in there, saving the day. I love it. The best scary movie of recently is Halloween, the beginning.
I saw that in '79. Carpenter, Jamie Lee Curtis. When year were you born?
But this one,
when year were you born?
83.
I was making out in the basement watching Halloween in like 80 or 81.
Yeah, making out by yourself.
Well, he does have a 23-year-old.
It's only because he's bigger than me that I let him go with this.
That's right. But the funniest part about Halloween was, for some reason, parents, mothers brought their little children in to see a scary movie. And when the little Mike Myers started killing people, they said, oh my gosh, we've got to leave right now. We've got to leave. I'm like, okay, well, why is there a shock factor? It's a scary movie, but this is the 2000s. There's going to be blood. There's going to be gore. They're going to show the real deal. And that's what it was. That's why I love Halloween.
Just like the original. So can I ask you, do you still go to the movies? Like, nothing against going to the movies, but there's always some jerk, popping gum, talking, texting on his cell phone.
He just rents the whole theater and says,
I'm a DVD guy.
No.
That's the way you watch movies.
That's why I never go to the theaters on the weekends. I never go to the theaters at nighttime. I catch matinees, the best time of the day.
Just you and a bunch of old
nobody
people.
there.
Yes, just me and a bunch of old people.
Perfect.
All right, favorite three.
And they smell. I'm sorry.
Favorite three. You get on a plane. You got 3 movies you can take with you. Your best 3. You're going on a 27-hour flight.
Oh man! First of all, it's got to be Pulp Fiction.
All right.
All right. Now you're making sense. First sensible thing you said.
All right. Second of all, I've got to have a Clint Eastwood Western.
Oh.
I got to have a Clint Eastwood in there.
Josie Wales, what are you going with here?
I'm talking about a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more.
Yeah.
I'm talking about he's just looking at you.
How do you know about movies that old when you were born in '83?
Because he's an expert.
My mother loved Clint.
All right, that's 2.
I got shoes older than you, man.
My mom loved Clint. Yeah.
That's it. And what's number 3?
Oh,
Gotta have a comedy somewhere, right?
30 Nurses.
No, forget the comedy.
Nestor's right.
Forget the comedy. I need a gangster movie. I'm talking about a good mafia flick. I'm talking about, either the Goodfellas, or Donnie Brasco.
Hey!
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, get out of here,
All right. That's all right. Whatever you're into. You want to talk about football, you want to go home. What do you want to do?
Whatever you want to do.
They won last. They won.